Yo guys, it's me again and welcome to the Teambuilder for week 7 of LPDL Little Cup. I am sitting very pretty in second place. I think that I'm actually tied for first. Yeah, tied for first and tied for third. First has 5 and 1 plus 15, I am 5 and 1 plus 12, third is 5 and 1 plus 7. But 1 and 3 play each other, so I actually have a really good chance to take over first place, which could be awesome. For that though, I am pretty sure I will need to win both of my games. This week I fight against Blazeman, who I've never played before. He is 3 and 3 with a -1 differential, which is really cool, because he has the same differential as Cart and as MSR. I think that's how you say it. It's like just the 3 letters. And all 3 of those are fighting for the last playoff spot. So like MSR is an 8, but also Cart and also Blazeman, and 2 of the 3 of them are out of playoffs, which is really cool. So like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams with a 3 and 3 record, and we only have 8 playoff spots. So this is a very important game for him. This is not as important for me, even though I do want to get my first place, because who would have expected that when the season started? So I'm having a good time in the World Cup. The more delusional my sets are, the better they work. Like, look at the game against Wolf and my fledgling. It was incredible. Anyway, Blazeman's team. He has Wingle, Ololan Meowth, Bramblin, Shinx, Bonsly, Venonet, Yungoos, Wooper, Litwick and Igglybuff, with his Terra Caps being Yungoos and Litwick. In prep I learned that the Alolan Meowth apparently is not a normal type, so that Pokemon has been out for like 10 years. I've realized it isn't a normal type. I thought it was dark and normal, which is interesting. It's only dark, so He has a really fast team, but both Wingle and Alolan Meowth speed tie my Poliwag, which is not great. Like, I don't think I've had a matchup where Poliwag isn't the fastest Pokemon on the team, so it's going to be interesting. He has 2 ghost types, so it could be a bit annoying for my team. Like, I have 2 normal types. Like, obviously it can be annoying for him as well, but this is going to be a hard matchup in my opinion. But I am bringing some cool stuff. Up first is my Magnemite with an Eviolite. I am bringing a Light Screen, Reflect, Volt Switch and Flash Cannon. So his only ground type is a Wooper. I am not too sure Wooper comes because I have 2 grass types. And they both kinda destroy Wooper, especially Cacnea. But like, it could obviously come because that's a good matchup against my Magnemite. Although that being said, the Wooper doesn't really want to be switching in on analytic boosted Flash Cannons from my Magnemite. I am bringing screens, because this is my best answer honestly for the Wingle. My team is very weak to flying, so this is my only flying resist. That's why I am Eviolite, like max PDF. I have no HP, because the HP actually doesn't really matter for my Magnemite on damage calcs. And I put the rest in defense, so I have an even number in defense and SPDF, so maximize my Eviolite. Thank you, offline. To be honest, I've done some calcs to see if it makes a difference, and damage calc doesn't really say it does. So maybe he's gaslighting me. Who knows? I'm winning anyway, so I'm listening. But yeah, I have an interesting EV spread on my Magnemite. Like, if I look at it, I have enough speed to always outrun. I think that is Litwick. Yes, I always outrun Litwick. I have max PDF, and then I put the rest in defense and special attack. So, interesting set. I have the screens to make my team a lot bulkier, especially the light screen could be important, but also reflect for the Yungoos, which could be very damn threatening. Hopefully Magnemite can be a defensive centerpiece around the Wingle, but it can also help out against like the Venonet and maybe even the Bramblin. Up next is Baby Lasagna the Munchlax with a Choice Band, Offensive Munchlax, Body Slam EQ Crunch Facade. With Tickfat, I'm a very good counter for the Litwick, unless it runs like a Terra Fighting, for example. He has decent normal resist, like his Steel type. No, he doesn't have a Steel type. But he has a Bonsly, which resists my Body Slam. And he has 2 Ghost types, so could be annoying. But then again, he doesn't switch it too great on Crunch. Like, his Crunch switches are Alolan Meowth and Igglybuff. I don't think Alolan Meowth wants to fight a Munchlax 1v1, and Igglybuff is just an awful Pokemon. EQ is also very strong. His only resists are Bramblin and Wingle. Both of those are kind of scared. Like, I can imagine the Bramblin come in, for example, but that thing does not appreciate a Crunch. And for my last move, I went for Facade, just in case, for example, I do crunch on the Litwick coming in, for example, and I get Flame Body burned, then I can have Facade. Or the Litwick does go for a Terra type, like, let's say it goes Terra Water, for example, I just click Body Slam on that thing. Oh, I get burned, I still have Facade, so it could be nice. Max HP, max attack, but the rest in defense, because SPDF doesn't get boosted with the remaining EVs I had left over. Third Pokeball is my Fletchling, coming again after its incredible performance last week. Heavy duty boots though. Defog, Brave Roost, and U-turn. It's a bit interesting. I kinda wanna preserve my Gale Wings and be faster than the Yungoos, even without my Gale Wings. Because Yungoos is really annoying for my team. I do not have a Rock type. I like Magnemite is my Steel type, but I'm running a SPDF Magnemite. It has to do with the Wingles, so I don't switch in too great on normal moves from Stakeout. Like, sure I have a Sandygast, but in my opinion this Yungoos has the freest Terra Dark of its life. And that could be really painful for my team. So, yeah, he could also just run Strong Jaw Crunch instead of Stakeout, which could also be really annoying for my team. So, I wanted something that is faster than Yungoos and does threaten it. So I have max speed on my Fletchling with max attack, because that means that I always KO a no-bulk Yungoos with Brave Bird after Stealth Rock. I have Roost to keep myself healthy, Defog to get rid of hazards on his side, because he does have quite a few hazard Pokemon. He has Stealth Rock on Wooper and Bonsly, Spikes also on Wooper and Bonsly, as well as on Bramblin, and he even has T-Spikes on the Venonet. I am not bringing my Scralp, so I can't avoid T-Spikes, and I do think after seeing the work my Fletchling has been putting in that there is a decent chance he brings Rocks. So I'd like to get rid of them, not only for my Fletchling, because I do have heavy duty boots, but also for my older Pokemon, which do not like taking chip damage. So yeah, Brave Bird is also really damn strong into his team. His flying resists are Shinx and the Bonsly, but I outspeed both of them and I can just U-turn out. And Shinx is not really that good against my team in my opinion, while Bonsly could be annoying, like especially with like low KQ, because that deals with these two, but I still have a Sandygast. So yeah. Fourth Pokemon is Cacnea with loaded dice. I think this is my win con. Trailblaze, Bullet Seed, Throat Chop, and Swords Dance, Water Absorb. So after the Trailblaze, I outspeed everything on his team. He doesn't really switch in too great on Trailblaze anyway, because like his best cross switch in, like if you look at it, it's Litwick, it's Venonet, or it's Bramblin. Litwick and the Bramblin, they do not appreciate taking a Throat Chop if the Litwick doesn't Terra, for example. The Venonet could come in, but like if I click Swords Dance on the Venonet, it's also in big trouble. So I'm also not too sure if I'm expecting Venonet to come against my team. Like it could obviously, I'm not 100% sure. Other than that, Bullet Seed is really free, especially after the Trailblaze, so I don't even need to Swords Dance. Like the Swords Dance is mainly there for the Ghost types actually, which both resist my Grass move. Because Throat Chop sadly isn't stab with this Cacnea. And I do need the Swords Dance to boost up against those Pokemon. But it's just nice. I have enough speed to outspeed everything after the Trailblaze I mentioned. Max attack, but the rest in HP. Fifth Pokemon is my Sandygast, Eddie! With the Colbur Berry, Stealth Rock, Giga Drain, Earth Power, and Shore Up. So this is my best answer for like Fake Out from the Alolan Meowth. I think that Pokemon does get Ignition. I should check this. Let's do this quite quickly. So let's go to LPDL Week 3. Change this thing to Alolan Meowth. Yeah, it does have Technician. So Technician Fake Out is strong against my team. I have the Sandygast to deal with that. If he wants to predict it and click a knockoff, I have a Colbur Berry. And I always lift 2 knockoffs because the Colbur Berry makes the first one not super effective. And then the second one doesn't get rid of an item, so it's weak in power, which is nice. I have max HP, but enough in defense to always lift 2 knockoffs. And then I have a little bit in special attack to have a really good chance of OHKOing Alolan Meowth after Stealth Rock with an Earth Power. So I have Giga Drain as well, because that OHKOs the Wooper, and it does decent enough damage, surprisingly enough, against the Wingull, which could be interesting. Like, I don't really need Shadow Ball, because the Litwick is just weak to Earth Power anyway. While the Bramblin, sure, it would be nice to get a Shadow Ball, but it has to come in hard on me, which I don't think it will. And even then, like, I'm not too sure I KO'd it, so I just went for short up to keep myself healthy. But I could see myself change that in the before the battle. So yeah. The main goal though is to get a Stealth Rock to get rid of Sturdy on Bonsley and do 25% to both to Litwick, to Venonet, and to the Wingle, which could be really important. It also chips things in range, like I mentioned, Okoing the Yungoos after Stealth Rock with Fletchling. I mentioned Okoing the Alolan Meowth with Earth Power after Stealth Rock, so I may just lead this thing and click Stealth Rock, because his only removal is the Bremlin, and I can kinda spin block that with my Sandygast, even though it's a really bad matchup for it. So actually I probably should just put Shadow Ball on this Sandygast, because if I want to predict a Rapid Spin from the Bremlin, I can come in, probably live a hit from Bremlin, and then Shadow Ball it to do some good damage. So I will change Short Up. If I get Stealth Rock up and I keep them up, I think the Sandygast has done this job, because it doesn't really have a defensive usage other than like Shinx and I guess the Yungoos, but if the Yungoos Pterodars, it's not good against it. So I will change this to Shadow Ball. And my last Pokemon is my Poliwag with an Eviolite, Terra Steel, bringing a defensive Poliwag. Not sure this is going to work, but it's an interesting set in it. Substitute Surf, Ice Beam, and Focus Punch. So, for the EVs on my Poliwag, this is such a dumb set. I have enough speed to always outspeed Bremlin and Biloo. I didn't bother speed tying the Wingle and the Meowth, because in my opinion, the Wingle cannot touch me if I go Terra Steel, and I'd rather have the Wingle have a fast U-turn against me than a slow U-turn, because I don't two-shot with I don't Oko it anyway with an Ice Beam, and it would be really important. Yeah, and for the Alolan Meowth, I kind of hope to be behind the substitute on that thing, because that's why I have the Focus Punch. So it's a really weird Poliwag set. I have the speed I mentioned for the Bremlin and below, but then I have enough Spadef to have the least chance for my substitute to get broken by a Hurricane from a Life Orb Wingle. So if the Wingle is timid, Life Orb with Hurricane, like the standard damage calc set, it has a 75 or 81% chance to break my substitute. I can't make it less other than making my speed lower, so that's the best odds I have. If he doesn't run Life Orb, I always live behind my substitute, which is awesome. And I do to it KO it with Ice Beam, that's why I have the special attack investment. I have a little bit of HP to help out with my special attack. And then I have put the rest in defense, weirdly enough, even though I am a minus defense nature, to just make sure I have an even number, thank you offline, to maximize my Eviolite. I am well aware that my Spadef is an odd number, before anyone calls me out. That is because I do need it to live the hit from the Wingle. Like, it genuinely says that with 12 Spadef instead of 13 and an Eviolite, it does more. Like, Spadef at 13 takes less than Spadef at 12 from Eviolite, even though offline says it should take the... It should round down, so like, if I have 12, Eviolite should put me at 18. If I have 13, it should put me at 19. Offline is lying to me. What the fuck? He is. Anyway, I hope he watches my Teambuilder and realizes this together with me. That'd be really funny. Anyway, yeah. So, I have enough attack to two-shot a Wingle with Ice Beam. I then have enough attack to always Oko an Alolan Meowth with Focus Punch if he's max HP, no defense, no Eviolite. Like, I could imagine him being max speed, max HP, for example, so I do KO that with the Focus Punch. Substitute, and then the HP and Spadef to make sure my sub has the least chance to get broken by a Life or Wingle Hurricane. Because with Terra Steel and Water Absorb, I am immune to the Water move, I resist the Flying move, and I also resist the U-turn. So I should have a decent enough chance to have my sub still up, and I feel like he will have a hard time switching in on this Pokemon, so it could be quite cool. He could, for example, run a Water Absorb Wooper, but I feel like he probably fears me being a setup Poliwag, because I have brought that quite a few times already, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see Unaware on Wooper. That also helps with like setup on Munchlax, even with setup on Fletchling or with Cacnea, although Cacnea should always clart it. But yeah, this is the team for week 7 of LPDL. It's a little bit weird. but I feel like I could make it work. I have screen support from Magnemite to also help out my POLIWAG and Sandygast to live hits, as well as for my Cagna to have a better chance to set up. So I think I have a decent enough chance. It's a weird team that I'm fighting. Like, I'm not too sure if I think it's a good team or I think it's a bad team or if it has a good matchup against me. Like, this is one of the weirder teams in my opinion. Which could be a really good team. Like, I still don't know anything about Little Cup, so please don't take offense to that. Like, this could be a really good team and I just don't know it. But yeah, let's see how it plays in the battle. Thank you all for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the battle. Peace. Okay, everyone, we are connected to Blazeman in what has been a really hard time scheduling, to be completely honest. We were supposed to play on Saturday, but then his internet ran out, so we rescheduled for the Sunday. But then on Sunday he had to go to the beach, so all good. We were scheduled for 5 PM UK. He was stuck in traffic until like, I think 7 UK, so like 2 hours late. Yeah, this team, yeah. Oh, I still have to tell him my Terra captain as well. Terra Steel POLIWAG. Yeah. So, and then when he finally came back, his internet still didn't work. So, the comp ended. We are doing 20-minute timer. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. We see Young Goose with Terra Normal. Strong. Meow for Lola. Bramblin. Wooper. We don't see Wingle. That's kinda crazy. Wooper. Shinx. Venonet. Okay. Let's fix this right here. No Wingle, but Venonet. I am just going to lead off with my Sandygast, because if we see the Meowth or the Shinx, we are in a good spot. If we see the Bramblin, that's annoying, but I still have a Munchlax and a Magnemite. Magnemite can be used a lot more freely without the Wingle right now. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to lead with this. I changed my Eddie to have Shadow Ball over Short Up, like I mentioned. And here we go. Have fun to Blazeman. It's a quarter to 10 on the Sunday evening. We were scheduled for 6 on the Saturday. Yes, sir. Hopefully we have it out. O'Malley Cat. Good for me. He does have removal. So let's see if Sandygast versus a Meowth. Like, I do a lot with an Earth Power, and then I can just... Like, I am EV to live 2, so I think I'll Earth Power first instead of clicking Shadow Ball. Like, I am very much EV'd to live 2 knockoffs from this thing. Yeah. He does 12 damage to me. He is life orbed. I think I should take him out. Lorp. No, I don't take him out. Lorp on his O'Malley Cat with a life orb. Yes. Without an item on my Sandygast, I always die. But that's fine, I think. Even though I would quite like to get my rocks up. I mean, they mainly mattered for the Wingle, which isn't there. They would be nice, I guess, for the Venonet. How much is my Magnemite taking from a knockoff? Too much. Yeah, we're not risking this. I'll just click rocks just in case he doesn't want to KO me. Yeah. Meowth KOs my Sandcastle. Knock KOs Eddie. He survives. Perfectly fine by me. Let's go into you. Fletchling. I imagine he saves this. I will live anyway. I'm going to U-turn for momentum. Yeah. I don't have a Scarfer, so the Mighty King of the Shinx. I just can't wait to be king. Shinx doesn't take much from me. Shinx, I'm a -1. I mean, I do have a Munchlax, mainly for you. Munchlax does so much damage to this thing. I am going for it immediately. And then I think I want to try and catch the Ramblin. If I catch Wooper on a Bandit Crunch, I'll do quite a bit, but I can go into my Cacnea, so I think that's fine. Click Crunch, Baby Lasagna. I want to catch this Bramblin. He stays in. Wasn't expecting that. How am I faster? Ah, he's clicking Roar. Oranberry. Sure. Munchlax into Shinx. Magnemite. Perfect, actually. Looking at his team, I definitely want to reflect him over the light screen. Magnemite, are you faster than Shinx? I could have the same speed. I'll click Reflect. I'll click Reflect. No hands is Wooper. Wooper! Okay. Now I have to go into Cacnea. Then I can probably start clicking Trailblaze. I mean, the Venonat is going to come out on my Cacnea in it. Cacnea, Venonat. Good spice. Good 14. Wooper. If he's max Eviolite. Look at Venonat. Look at Venonat first. I really should just click Throat Chop, to be honest with you. I really should click Throat Chop instead of clicking Trailblaze. I will. I will be clicking Throat Chop. I don't think he lets his Wooper die to my Cacnea. I really don't think he lets this thing happen. So... So he withdraws. I don't have rocks of damage calc. Wild Mike. Venonat. How much do you take, you little bitch? 50%. Going for that again. He could outspeed me. It's not worth risking. I have a full-on Magnemite, so I just go into Magnemite. He's going to Magnemite. Wooper has Ice Beam at 14 to my Cacnea. I can also calc this while we're at it. Like, it's not because we're playing on 20-minute timer that I don't have time to make calcs. Ice Beam, standard damage. Okie doke. Excuse me. I mean, his team is not switching in anymore on my Munchlax. And I do have my Fletchling still, which is really nice. It's annoying that I don't have Rocks up. Wasn't expecting his Meowth to be Livor, to be honest with you. Although it does make sense, so. Let's see here. I think I want to double. Spikes. Magnemite against Wooper. I won't do much. I really do want to double. And then I can click Trailblaze into Throat Chop. I think I'm fine with this. Lance comes out. I'm fine letting Cacnea go down to a T-Spike. Like, more than fine. I hope this only does 1. It could do 2 though. It could do 2. It does 2. My team's Reflect Wolf, I do not care. I'm clicking a Trailblaze right here. Let's click a Trailblaze right here. Because that basically forces in that Meowth, and I don't think the Meowth has another turn in it with the Live Orb. So that could be really important too. These spikes are annoying, especially because I haven't got my Poliwag to Terra Poison. Terra Steel, excuse me. Mighty King the Shinx. Cacnea. Shinx. Oh, I do a lot. Really good actually. I'm not risking Mollow Speed. He could have Quick Attack, that would be really annoying. But I am going to go for Bullet Seed here, okay. So this thing goes down to Cacnea. Cacnea takes out the Shinx. I cannot switch in anymore with Cacnea. So we'll have to find a way to beat the Wooper without it. Could be a bit problematic, to be honest with you. I mean, I have abandoned Munchlax, I think I should be fine still. I'm hoping He's letting this thing take a throat chop. I'm happy with that. Unless he's like scarfed on this wild mic. I don't think this thing gets first impression. No. So he's letting this thing go down. He's scarfed. Scarfed on his Venonat. Venonat is scarfed. Interesting. I can freely defog right now though. Bobos, T-Spikes. Let's defog away his T-Spikes right now. Venonat takes out Cacnea. Okay. I am well aware that I am risking my Gale Wings to be broken right here, but I don't imagine. Oh wow, he actually does? That's kind of insane. I wasn't expecting that. Venonat, Bobbozes. Was 14 to me. Okay, that's bad. 252. Bobbos. Wasn't expecting that. He has tinted lens, obviously. How much is that doing to Magnemite? Nothing. Can I put screens up to make my fletchling survive? A hit from Wooper. Ice Beam. To my Fletchling. Through Light Screen. Has a really good chance to just cleanly KO me actually. I'm going to fire off some hits actually. Going to fire off a Flash Cannon here. Well aware that Wooper is going to come out. Because I want some damage on it. 25-ish. If I can set up a light screen right here. I mean, you do still tank 2 though. You always outspeed the young boost though. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think he clicks his surf. Has my fledgling got a chance to live his surf? What if I pivot through Georgia? I don't need Georgia. I think he clicks safe water move right here. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Not good. Ooh. Lucky freeze from me. I am sadly going to benefit from this. Like, I am quite sorry for that. But yeah, I am going to try and take advantage of this. He did 10 to my POLIWAG. He got a max roll. Okay. I'm gonna try and benefit from this with a substitute. So I got lucky there, obviously. Ooh, if he goes into his POLIWAG, he actually goes through my substitute. Haven't thought about that. Ooh, if he goes into his Venonet, I'm wasting my turn right here. Okay, he stays in. Does he Tor? Doesn't he Tor? He doesn't Tor. He is definitely max with an Eviolite. I am going to click a Focus Punch right here. I'm making some weird plays. I'm not in the best position. There's a decent chance I lose this. Because I wasn't really expecting the Venonet to be scarfed with T-Spikes. That's a crazy play, to be honest, against my Gaknia doing 50% to that thing. Should have maybe clicked Trailblaze again on the Shinx. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do right here. Like, obviously this freeze really sucks for him. He withdraws. What is catching this Focus Punch? Thistle. Ramblin'! No! Why is he risking that? That's actually crazy. That's genuinely crazy. Why is he doing that? I mean, I'm obviously going to Terra and click Ice Beam. Like, I don't have another play. That's a crazy play from him. That's actually really insane. I do not agree at all. But anyway. I click an Ice Beam with my POLIWAG against this Bramblin. I do a lot of damage. He clicks Spin. This is not breaking my substitute, mate. Oh wait, he can't break my substitute. Yeah, sure. Does he miss this as well? No, he doesn't. Wait, he isn't Infiltrator? It's kind of insane as well. Okay, so Bramblin goes down to POLIWAG. things I wasn't expecting. That. Our battle is not going to finish in 20 minutes, by the way. We agreed before the battle, though, that we were going to play it out, so... Venonat comes out. My Magnemite, thanks to... It's been established. Like, Magnemite, thanks to... I don't need you anymore, though. I'm still going to Magnemite. I'm still going to Magnemite. Yeah. Okay, good. Big flash cannon. I still take another. Kill this. Kill this. Good. Really good. Venonat dies to Magnemite. Young Goose, Meowth, and Wooper remain. The Wooper is frozen. O'Malley Cat comes out. Are you going for a double down? Yeah, you can die in it. I don't care. You can definitely die. Meowth KOs my Magnemite. Does it die to itself as well? I think it does, right? Nice. Meowth dies. I'm always going into Fletchling right here. I think I could have this, by the way. Fletchling, Wooper. I think I want to Brave Bird actually. He's still frozen solid. I am going to U-turn out. So Wooper dies to my Fletchling. I don't think Yungoos will be able to take out my Munchlax, although I am not defensive at all. So let's see. Let's see what's happening. Yungoos! They're on normal. Well, I'm clicking a body slam. Yeah, battle is over. This doesn't matter. We are still playing this out, by the way. So, we will be back. Okay, so we are back. We agreed to play this out. I am bringing Munchlax, Poliwag, and my Fletchling. He's only bringing his Yungoos because that was the only thing remaining. I think my Munchlax should wrap this up, to be honest with you, because it should just live a hit, and both Poliwag and Fletchling do outspeed that Yungoos, since it is not a choice card, she said. But we never know. I am well aware that my Fletchling and Poliwag are at full HP, but that shouldn't matter, to be honest with you. And if it does, we have the exact HP numbers on both of them to know if it matters or not. So, let's take Body Slam and Munchlax. And I think that should just be it. Unless this Yungoos is ridiculously strong. I am kinda regretting not being Eviolite right now. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This has been a hexy game either way, so... He just clicks Terra Blast. That's a weird play. I do live. Good job. He's live up as well. I think this is over then. I think my Munchlax just takes this thing out with him. Banded Body Slam. Very nice! 3-0 win! Let's go! Alright. Weird ending to the game, I'm very well aware. But yeah, we win this week. So we go 6-1. We have a chance at top spot, which is crazy. But yeah. GG's to Blazeman. Very sorry about the freeze on the Wooper. That actually changed the game. Although him not being Infiltrator on Bramble was really weird in my opinion. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. GG's to Blazeman, and I will see you next week for the final week of regular season. Then we go into playoffs. Peace!